5, 6,
All right, we're live.
7, 8, 9, 10.
Welcome to episode 3 of BTBtv. With us, as always, is Vanny, Oddly, and Mania, and myself, Sing Mao. Our guest tonight is the esteemed, in quotations, Molly. Tonight we'll be discussing a variety of subjects, including the winner of our logo contest, new stuff on the site, our winter tournament, and the big stream battle, which is less of a battle today. So we'll go ahead and open up with an announcement we have for the site. Go ahead and take that away, will you, Vanny?
Well, we are happy to announce that everyone's favorite forum feature is finally back. You have your chat box. Yay! So you can go back to, chatting in it. Do it. And just so everybody knows, the same rules apply in the chat box as for the rest of the site. So go read the COC, code of conduct, and on top of the code of conduct, please don't embed anything in the chat box, ever. And if you do, you're going to get in trouble. So, but that's that. So, yay! Everyone be super happy now. Molly, stop fapping.
Oh!
Famous person.
Oh, crap.
You are now on the internet.
Sorry. Wasn't expecting
We also have
Thank you.
we also have the customs tab is now open on the site. Ruben, if you can go ahead and tell everybody how they can get involved with that and where they can find the maps of game types and all that stuff.
Okay, so first things first, on the official BTBnet file share, if you go there, it's official space BTBnet. MacClan has uploaded all of the test settings and what we're trying to finalize as settings. Download those, play them, lots and lots and lots and lots. Speaking of the chat box, one thing that people do is when they start custom lobbies, both people will announce it in the chat box, and you'll also there'll be like a notification that pops up like someone started a custom lobby. It's the rightmost tab, like on the top of the site. You'll see all the way over there's a customs button. If you push that, it's just going to ask you to fill out some information, asking how long you're planning on running the lobby for. Molly, did you really think someone's going to run a lobby for 24 hours?
Triton did that.
Oh, well, Triton.
So you
Go figure. Yeah, blame that kid.
So you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 24 hours if you want to.
Yeah.
Then you just hit create, and then you can keep updating how the lobby's going, how many slots you have open as like the night's proceeding. You can keep spamming the chat box, trying to find people to play. That's for anyone that's new. That's the best way to get involved. Is just find a custom lobby that's going, join into it, and just play.
Lots of playing. Play all day.
Yeah, 24 hours.
24 hours, yes. We also have other big news. Vanny, you have big news for everybody, right?
Yes, thank you. Last week we were supposed to announce the logo winner, but we needed a little more time. And however, we did come to a decision. And the BTB Net logo contest winner is, drumroll please, best drumroll ever, Smith.
all 22 viewers are like,
Woo!
That's right.
There it is. It's all pretty and green.
so
And
I wonder like why it took a little longer. But well, we got the we got several entries that were like we liked them. They were really good, but we kind of wanted something that not only incorporated the BTB but actually was more like a logo, something that utilized negative space. And I liked this one because I thought it kind of resembled the shield. So when Rob and I talked about it, this was pretty much the one we settled on. So it was like a late entry, but we were happy that we waited and didn't, just go with another random one instead. So thanks, Smith.
Yay!
And also thanks to everyone
Smith
else
the
who
one.
entered.
That's right. Yeah. So, one of the big things that is going on right now is the Infinity Challenge. And we have a couple BTB players up there in the leaderboards. But near the top, and probably should be the legitimate number one, is Game Sager.
This guy.
He's like receiving like a lot of flack, and
It's because he's
other
cheating,
issues.
because when he's asleep, his hair plays for him.
Can't help that I'm good at Halo.
Oh, yeah.
But he's also like getting hit offline a lot recently. And what the crap, Molly?
There's some kind of
Marshmallow?
Is that a marshmallow with like frosted
caramel
flakes
or
on it?
I don't even know.
That's messed up.
Oh, that's good. I'm sad.
I feel like
I'm
there's some
hungry.
cinnamon involved. Sorry, go ahead.
Bring
Sorry.
up for the rest of the class?
I
You
didn't
have
mean to
to
like.
eat during the show.
I'm just wondering if she brought enough of the rest of the class.
No, my brother just handed
I'm
it
still
to
at
me.
school.
Oh my god.
You have to share your food with everybody.
So yeah, he's been catching a lot of flack for that. With he's been getting hit offline. There's a thread on Waypoint calling him a cheater.
Because he's on the leaderboard, the number one.
Well, he should be the number one. Right now, he's number two. He's behind a guy who is actually cheating, but no one's like making a million threads.
How is he cheating?
Put him on-
Is he cheating like because multiple people are playing on the
Yeah,
account?
yeah. The
but
guy
even-
ahead of him has got like 2 or 3 people playing on the account.
Is that technically against the rules?
As far as I know, yeah. I'm pretty sure it says in there that only one person per gamer tag or something like that.
Even if it's not, that's what they're implicating GameSager for doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. They're calling
Yeah.
him a cheater for him doing
You know,
that.
he's
even though
streaming,
he's
so we can
streamed
all watch
everything.
him and
And his hair.
Sit
And his
there
hair.
in the same spot for 20 hours.
Yeah, yeah. Only taking breaks to get hit offline.
Whatever. That kid's bad anyway. All he does is fly around on Banshee. Who cares?
That's true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, you know, BTB kids aren't good. I don't know why they're all cocky.
He got good
So
at
wait,
playing
who's
because he
number
flipped
one right
his hair
now?
So much.
Some guy named Iraqi Soldier.
Oh, and he's misspelled soldier. I noticed that too. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
sure that's him.
Yeah. But he was in Sager's stream yesterday and admitted to doing it.
To having multiple people playing on the
Yeah,
account.
yeah, yeah.
So, but has anyone actually?
And no,
checked
he's
the
been
rules
turned
to
in
see?
too. And apparently, Sager got a response earlier today, and they said there's no way to enforce that rule anyway.
Well, couldn't they track the IPs? Yeah, like somebody said, track the IPs.
Well, no,
Same
if
spot.
you have the same people playing, yeah, if it's 3 people in the same house, like the Suddets could do that.
Yeah,
Right.
I guess that's true. But I mean, there would be a way to tell if people are recovering the tag
Well,
constantly.
there's be a way to do that, but if you're playing in the same house, you could have 10 people playing on it, and you'd never know.
I heard rumor. I heard a
Brother.
rumor.
Rumor
It
has
sold to me in confidence, but whatever. I don't even care. That a few pros were supposedly going to start sharing an account or had start sharing an account or something. And we're going to split the prize if they.
To split a truck,
got dibs on the tires.
Here's my truck.
right?
Isn't there like
Yeah,
a
dibs on the steering.
$25,000 prize too, which would actually be like maybe $12,000 or something after taxes? I don't know.
I'm not sure what second place is. I know number one's for the truck. And the
Which they
truck,
could probably eat. I mean, probably. They could
they
probably.
could eat. They could eat.
I like sitting here looking at these.
The whale's talking about eating your
No,
truck.
like my brother brought this into me, right? And I'm sitting here looking at this crap, like,
What is this? This isn't even.
right? Does this
Molly,
not look delicious?
You're on
I
the
don't
wrong
know.
show.
Yeah.
This is not so terrible.
Yeah, we're gonna make a new show starting next week. It's going to be random food with the whale.
I feel like
right? What is Molly eating?
Yeah, what is the whale?
BTB likes it.
That's gonna be the quiz. What is the whale eating? And all you'll get is sound. You'll have to guess.
seriously, yes. Anyways, so I don't know how they could enforce it.
Yeah, I don't either. But the point is that he's catching a ton of flack, and the guy who's actually doing that, nobody cares.
Well, because he's not famous like Game Sager.
Game Sager isn't famous. Didn't you check Twitter? Twitter.
Last I checked, he was famous.
I personally have granted him famous status. So.
Hashtag
Wait, are you
famous.
famous enough to grant famous status? I don't know about that.
Of course I am.
He's
Yeah.
saying meow.
I'm
He can do
talking.
what he
You're
wants.
talking to.
How many Twitter followers do you have? What is your percentage of follower to following on ratio? What's your on Twitter? What's your ratio? Then we'll
I have
talk.
over 3,500 followers.
Like
Oh.
2,000 of which are bots.
About
matter.
1,200 are that are still
It
there.
doesn't matter.
Triton gave me like 20,000 fake followers. Like 1,200 of
Jesus.
them are still there. Yeah.
Well, all famous people buy followers, so that makes you more famous, actually.
It's true. It's true. If you check other people's, like, there was a thing that they showed where like famous people's Twitters that have like 800,000 followers, like 400,000 of them are fake. Like almost everybody does that. It's hilarious. I still think it's weird and kind of. There's a little bit of like creepiness to the fact that Triton spent money to give me fake Twitter followers.
Yeah, and since Twitter's try never had money too, like
Yeah, exactly.
they gave him the money,
Wouldn't that $5 been like spent better elsewhere for you?
like a hooker or booze.
Yeah, right. Something could have bought.
Please don't give him more booze. He's retarded enough
Oh
as it
my
is.
god.
Seriously.
He was drinking absinthe the other day, and it was just like,
Yeah, I told him that he is not. He's not of sufficient responsibility as a drinker.
He doesn't have enough tolerance. He doesn't have tolerance.
So
He doesn't even.
what
he
you're
doesn't
saying
tolerate-
is the
he's not drinking
BTBnet fairy had a little bit of the green
Fucked
fairy inside him.
Yeah.
Yeah, already fair.
And not where he'd probably want it.
He always is like drinking now, and then he's always having to tell us all about it every time. I'm
Yeah.
drinking this with this person, and I'm doing this in capital letters
It's
all
always
day.
vodka and Coke, which is
Or
like,
his pear
most-
cider.
Mike's-
Whatever that.
yeah.
Like pear cider. Who gets drunk on pear cider?
Those lemonades, man.
Right.
Anyways, so about that logo.
Yeah, we have that logo up. That's going to be. Where else are we going to be able to see that, Manny?
So we went back to the logo. We're gonna have him work his magic on our BTB TV and Twitch backgrounds, on our Twitter, on our YouTube page, and obviously on the site itself. And then he's gonna make pretty things for us to go gallivanting around the communities and promoting ourselves.
One thing I like about that logo too is you can totally put that on a T-shirt and it wouldn't look retarded.
Sure.
You know what I'm
I can
saying
see
though?
that.
Like,
I
that's
can-
kind
I
of
can
like that's
see
the great
that
thing about it. People
on
you could put it on a
somebody's
T-shirt and people wouldn't be
page.
like, "What is that?" You know, they would just think it kind of looks. It could also be kind of abstract looking.
I can see it on somebody's gaming jersey. Fits right in.
Hmm.
Big team battle players aren't competitive. It's never going to be on a jersey.
No, BTV
They're not
players are
good.
bad.
Just stop, please. Please stop.
But speaking of
With your wishful
competition,
thinking.
we have a winter tournament coming up, and we'd like to know what you guys would like to see out of that, the viewers,
we're looking at you,
And-
chat box.
the panelists. That's right, you chat box.
Huh?
Right, stare them down, force an answer out of them.
Do you guys want double elimination, single elimination? Like, what kind of setup do
Do
you
you want to
think?
just eliminate yourself? Do you want to?
Sock.
I'm thinking if we're not,
Sock, you
if
better
there's
answer
going to be
me
no
right now.
seeding, and we have, if it's not going to be an invitational, it should definitely be double elimination, in my opinion.
I think it should be double elimination anyway.
Yeah,
However,
it should be.
I would like to see double
Single's
elimination,
stupid.
best of 3 to the finals, and then get a best of 7.
Yeah.
That's what I would like to
Do
see.
people want it to be in
Double
one
eliminate.
weekend?
I see a lot of doubles and a no elimination. Everybody wins.
No elimination. Play forever.
And
Never end.
another big,
Actually, like,
another big question we
Never-
had was, do people want it like in one day or one weekend or spread out over
Uh,
a couple weekends?
I think a 2-weekend thing would be the best, depending on how many teams we have.
Yeah.
Like a Saturday,
Okay.
Sunday, then the next Saturday and Sunday. You could play. You could. I don't think any team that's dedicated enough, they could put together. They could easily play for a couple hours each day, like 4 hours.
Basically, like
Back Saturdays
teams
or
would, and then they would
Sundays.
know up front like what the days are, so they would know if they could commit
Exactly.
to it. Like I think you could get 2 rounds out of teams in a day, right?
Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. You play like 2 hours Saturday, 2 hours Sunday. The next week you do the same thing. I don't think it'd be an issue.
Yeah. So should we cap it? Okay. So you can make an invitational. You can let teams sign up and cap it at a certain number. You can set it up so that every team who signs up essentially could have a spot, depending, if there was a huge turnout, I guess, which I don't see happening, you could split to 2 different brackets, or do you think we should cap it? Do you think it should be invitational?
What I think personally, I would like to see as many teams as possible. But realistically, if you're only wanting to do it over a weekend or a couple weekends, you really have to cap it at, say, like 16 or maybe a little bit higher.
If we did one weekend, we could if we committed to Friday night, all of Saturday, all of Sunday, we could get done like a 32 team bracket probably.
What's the matter with you?
Yeah, what you would have to have is you'd have to have a lot of dedication to be playing for a long time.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't be able to have the whole like wait for me to get my guys back on kind of stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? Because if you expect them to play for like 3 or 4 hours in one day, even though it's not straight, they'd have to be like available for like a 4-hour block. People like wander off. Seriously.
Yeah, they have short attention spans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we couldn't get people to. There were times we couldn't get people to sit around for more than 20 minutes. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Costa.
Oh my god!
As far as like crowning wake up champs, they're gonna win every year. You might want to look at the results of some of those games that have been played in the last couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not to mention their best player, disclaimer, all he plays is Call of Duty.
Call of Duty kid. Get off the
Yeah, he's a Call of Duty kid now. So yeah, that's what I would personally like to see. What would you like to see, Ruben? Like
in terms of tournament?
Yeah.
I'm always a fan of one weekend because I feel like a lot of people, when given the time to, like, we're playing one game today and then one game next week, like, it drags on. It's a lot easier to just say, like, all right, I'll get all my homework done for this weekend, and then it's just
homework.
this weekend.
Yeah, homework.
Or whatever it is.
Get that homework.
I mean, I know a lot of kids are like I'm in college still, so it's a lot easier for me to just get like a day's worth of homework done the day before or something. Just my opinion.
Right. How about you, Oddly?
Tournament? What?
Yeah.
I like double elimination. I don't think we'll have a lot of. I don't think you'll really get that many teams. So
How many do
I
you
don't think
think
it really
we'd get?
matters. I would say like 16 would be the max. Maybe 24, but that would be a stretch. And then you have the problems with seating. But I think 2 weekends is a good way to do it, just because it makes sure you have room for overflow.
Right.
Because there's always people that are going to derp around and be slow as hell in lobbies. Even with your 5-minute rule that you're going to impose now, it doesn't get things moving fast enough.
Right.
So it's better to give people a cushion.
What would you like to see, Vanny?
I would
Since
prefer to be over.
You're going to have to organize it.
Yeah, no. would prefer it be over one weekend. If we get a lot of teams signing up, I feel like we might have to do 2. But it really, I don't know. I don't really care. Like, whatever works out the best to get it done the quickest. But like I said, we're going to have to wait and see what we get.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, we're still in the middle of testing phases, and we'll have more info on that in the coming next few days, next week.
I mean, if you end up with 5 rounds, maybe, I would say that 2 weekends is going to be much more realistic.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, if we end up with 16 to 24 teams, then yeah, 2 weeks.
I think you'll probably get maybe 8 to 10, but who knows? I guess you never can tell sometimes.
True.
What? How many signed up for season 3? Do you remember?
I know total between both leagues.
Well, season 2 was like 30 some, I think, but I don't know with season 3 how many had signed up.
Season 3 had like 20 or so, a little over 20.
And that's also another thing, is that the shorter that it is, at least for a starting tournament, like some of the weaker teams who lose their first 2 games or something, who end up having to like play like a 7-week league or whatever, like they're just like, oh, we lost 2 games, fuck this, I'm done. Like if it's 1 day or 2 days or whatever, then it's like, oh, we lost our first game, we still have a chance to come back in our next game. If you lose again, then you're done. So it's like you don't even have to stick around for weeks on end.
That's true. Yeah, you don't with a tournament like that, you don't have to worry about people losing the first 2 games and not showing up for the next 5.
And then being a forfeit factory and never seeing them again, and they're ruining the whole schedule.
Yeah. Although there were people that won and then didn't show up later, and even though they were winners, so
it's true.
I don't know. I mean, I think the most important thing is making sure that there's some kind of decent settings settled before it's announced, because you have to have at least 2 or 3 weeks for people to sign up and play on the finalized settings. So to me, that's the most important thing, is the settings being
people
at least fairly pretty much finalized, and then more competitive environment like a tournament would create, then from there you can tweak any things that come up from that, is my opinion. I don't want to do a tournament with the settings just basically in test phase and make them all guinea pigs. That would make me rage, and I'd be pissed if I was in a tournament like that. It didn't make us look like fools.
Yeah.
That's what we do now, really.
And so another thing is that since it's 8v8, finding like a lobby is kind of difficult, but we know it's possible. I mean, just a couple of nights ago, we had like 7 Master 3 players on, and we're like, fuck it, we don't want to play matchmaking. We got a lobby up in 5 minutes. Like, there are people who want to play. We just need you guys to play. Like, break the maps, find stuff you don't like, find stuff that's broken. Like, we want to know about this so that when it comes tournament time, you aren't, like, in your second series or something, you say, oh, these maps and game types suck. Why did I sign up for this tournament? Like, it's on you guys to tell us what you want, and then we can try to implement that.
Yeah, get that practice in, kids.
Right, and send us games if you want us to.
Exactly.
If you want to give us feedback, we need your feedback. We want to know what you like,
Ruben,
what you don't like.
You got
if
people.
You want us to go over your games, like last week, people wanted us to talk about maybe a scrim or a game from during the week, but nobody sent us anything. So if you guys start sending us games to look at, and maybe we can start doing that for you.
I'll start streaming games all day. I'm on vacation. I have nothing better to do. Like, I'll string together like right now I have 4 games capped. Like, I doubt you guys want to watch the same 4 games over and over and over again. So, like, if you play a game on BTBnet settings, put it in your file share and be like, hey, Ruben, go download it. And I'll go and download it.
So, yeah.
That's right, Asian. You need to be nice to staff. Feel free to kiss our butts if you want to.
Nobody takes Asians seriously.
Or send Molly candy.
Reverse your infections for cookies.
That's right. Yeah,
or
send dog treats.
Yeah. That would be hard.
Yeah. Or plankton for Molly.
Yeah, it's like
more krill.
Whale
more
treats.
Krill. Needs more krill. Anyways.
So, we're at the part where everybody's favorite part of the show. We're going to discuss competitive BTB playlist and specifically a possibility of a BTBnet playlist with Molly and Audley.
Is this where we
and
rap battle?
Pistola's brother. Yeah, this is where the rap battle starts.
The two
For all of those who want to see, the deepest of the deep south and the middle of nowhere, Iowa. We'll rap battle.
What you're talking about? I don't even understand what you fellas are talking about right now.
Audley's gonna get his sister to be his hype man.
It's not really so much of a battle because I have no idea where Audley stands on this, but we haven't discussed it. So, but I imagine we probably have similar.
Instead of big stream battle tonight, we have big stream discussion.
That sounds lame, but we'll go with it.
You two can still fight if you want to.
Yeah.
And when I choke, I'll
issue
just punch him in the face.
But yeah. I'll still be giving out random points.
Just because I'm in a chair with wheels doesn't mean you're supposed to hit me if you choke, Molly.
Way to pick that up. Yeah.
Right. Points.
Wait, do you want music in the background during this discussion? In case anyone feels like breaking out into rap? We'll just have a beat on
I am my own beatbox.
Yeah. I want to hear Molly's Bismarcky impression. You say he's just a friend.
Yeah. Okay, so basically, like, my ultimate goal right now is I would love to see some kind of competitive BTB playlist, whether it's a community list that's, where they just use our settings that are all set up, or some kind of hardcore BTB list in the vein of MLG. But I think it's pretty possible. I think for several reasons. I think, one, because Halo 4 seems to be essentially made for big team. Obviously, they seem to love it. I think with Bravo now having influence on the playlist, there's a direct connection to be able to talk to him about getting that in there. And I think probably one of the most important factors will be having settings very similar to MLG, or hopefully there's some kind of mainstream competitive settings so that players will be able to cross over between the playlists more easily, and it will just be have more mass appeal, I think, for just players in general and for any kind of streaming too. I think it's important. So that's where I stand. To you, Audley.
I don't think necessarily we need to have a BTBnet playlist, but I do agree we need a more globalized setting across Halo that makes it easy for players to transition from like the MLG competitive playlist to a big team playlist to where the settings are similar, not necessarily equal, because there are things that don't exactly transition over perfectly, but
yeah, as close as possible, basically.
Like similar starting weapons, similar loadouts, like different or standardized support upgrades and tactical packages are implemented. Get rid of all of the stupid shit that 343 threw in the game, like random ordnance drops, the ability to spawn with camo or Promethean vision or bolt shot, stuff like that. What I'd really like, though, is for them to remove the things that don't make sense, the stupid random elements, and just give us a game that's not shit.
No, I agree. I would love to see those like in the quote unquote social list, like have that implemented across the board in every social list. Big Team, Infinity Slayer, and for the love of God, some objective. That would be nice in a competitive BTB list.
Objective. I read somewhere today. I read somewhere today that Slayer is the way that Halo is meant to be played. Well, we know that's got to be.
That was the excuse for why the.
We definitely need big team objective. Period. There's no excuse for giving us an 8v8 playlist that does not include any of these marvelous objective game types like Extraction, Dominion, Capture the Flag, Assault. Oh wait. Character.
Wait. That's right.
Going after a flag, like one flag. God damn. What are we supposed to do with this game?
Play Slayer.
Well, I was talking to Nixie about this. Do you think that we could do for a one flag, an asymmetrical flag? Do you think it would be possible to create it as two flags, but not have their flag spawn, or like have it spawn somewhere where you can't get to it, or something like where you like a workout? This dog is driving
John
me
and
crazy.
I already tried that.
Yeah,
Does it work?
No.
What is your problem?
You can make two flag round based.
Yeah.
Though.
So you could play. Okay, so shout out to Pat. We could play Call of Duty Capture the Flag.
Oh.
That's essentially what we have.
Because it won't, like, the capture points in this work different from past Halos. You don't have your flag point and your capture point. They're one and the same now. And so if you don't spawn it in, your flag just doesn't load either.
But that's not what she was saying. She was saying place it somewhere that it couldn't be grabbed.
Well, yeah, you can't because it's the same object now. The flag cap and the flag pickup are the same object.
That's true.
Yeah.
You can have two different ones?
In previous Halos, the flag cap and the flag pickup were two different objects, and you could just put the flag if you had to, except in previous Halos there was one side objective.
You could put them just like right next to each other, like one essentially inside the wall and one right outside the wall?
Mm-hmm. But now if you put the flag cap point, or if you put the flag somewhere no one can get it, you put the cap point somewhere no one can get it.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, it's the same object.
But you can't just spawn two of them?
No, you can't give the same team two of them, no. In order to have
that's stupid.
It's true.
We can make four flag.
Plus one for the whale getting the obvious.
Certain Affinity, are they the ones that did Forge?
They designed at least the majority.
They created the Forge world, right?
I'm pretty
Thanks
sure.
a lot, Certain Infinity.
I'm not sure if they're the ones who decided what functions worked or didn't work, though.
I think so. I think they did. I think they completely subcontracted out the creation of Forge to Certain Infinity. I'm almost positive.
Well, I think it's
because there's a lot of parts of Forge that just don't work. It just doesn't work. Like certain functions just don't exist.
Yeah.
And other ones, if you choose, they just don't do anything.
They don't work.
Yeah, like turning the marker off flag carriers' heads. The option's there. You can turn it off, but it doesn't do anything.
Same thing with instant respawn.
Yeah, instant respawn. You can make respawn 5 minutes or whatever, and it's still instant.
Yeah.
Just remove people's X button.
So the new maps, there's 3 of them, right? And are two of them big team maps? See, I bought these the day that they came out.
All three of them are big team maps.
Okay. So I bought them the day they came out because I'm going to try and get them for free. And because I love this game so much, I haven't played a single game on them since I bought them. So are they any good?
2 of them. One of them is excellent, honestly. Harvest is excellent. Tell you the truth. The bad settings for the game aside, the map itself is actually very good.
Shattered is good.
Shattered is decent.
How can you call Harvest a good map when they literally added rocks to the map just so you can get a flying high medal? That is the only reason those fucking ramps are on the game.
Because that medal's awesome.
Hail Mary is my favorite medal.
Yeah.
Guardian Angel is mine. Actually, the Perfection medal is my favorite medal.
Road trip. Best medal ever.
Oh my god, Asian.
But yeah.
Wreckage better than
Kill Asian.
Oh my god.
Someone fan Asian.
Yo, Pat.
Wreckage, also known as everyone collect at the giant hill and watch noobs lift to you.
Remove it.
I laughed because I liked your face in that, but I didn't get the joke because I haven't played it, but I'll throw you a laugh anyway.
There's a giant cliff on Wreckage where like a sword spawns at the start, or like some grenades or something, and you just go up there and you see you have the high ground for the rest of the game.
With a sword?
Yeah, with a sword and DMR, which is all you ever need in big team anyway.
Sword in big team is the best.
That's not the only thing. If you're up there long enough, pulse grenades spawn up there too.
Do you get a
man?
If you're on top of the hill
Ooh.
for a really long time, do you get a medal for
There, you
it?
just drop a pulse grenade that they can land in.
What's the viability of like 5 Gosshogs on each one of those maps? Because I would love to play that.
Map movement on wreckage
what?
is good. Moving
5
around the hill?
Gosshogs.
5 Gosshogs?
that.
Let's do it on Harvest. 1, 2,
Five
2
Goss is my favorite fast food restaurant.
old Gosshog.
Disclaimer, I will ban you. I'll stop if I feel like stopping.
So yeah, so what do you think of the viability of them actually bringing in a competitive, close to our settings playlist is?
I think we have a 33% chance of getting it done.
33.333.
I think that statement is 82% bullshit.
Your statistic is 100% wrong.
And the reason I'm going to say that, assuming they didn't also make playlists where the base gameplay isn't shit because of random shit. MLG had their own playlist in Halo 3 and Halo Reach, and they have much, much broader appeal, or at least advertisement of their settings or their existence, and they still never really had a large support in their playlist population. If we had a competitive big team playlist, what's the point for any Randy McRandleson to go into the playlist when he's got his own big team playlist where he can play people who aren't super try-hard, camping me with a Goshawk and a Banshee, and all of them have camo DMRs.
Personally,
I don't know what would be the appeal to any of us to play it.
I feel.
Yeah,
I mean,
the point is
the
the social playlist would have that. Would have the kids camping with camo DMR.
Yeah, that's the thing is,
But they
a
wouldn't
competitive
be
list wouldn't have that.
the social BTB playlist would actually be more try-hard than the competitive BTB playlist.
Yeah.
I don't think that at all. If both existed, the try-hard BTB playlist would be where the try-hard BTB players were, because they want to be preparing for their tournaments that are coming up.
Nah, the try-hards would stay in the
unless
social and
you're
camo glitch.
Uncle Ball Ball.
Get called out, Bubble.
Yeah, I said it.
He would still quit out against randoms. You think a guy with 2 balls in his name would have the testicles to finish a fucking game?
Actually, I actually think that maybe it's kind of a stretch, but I think that we have a chance to get it done. Obviously, there's a lot more big team maps. It's like had the highest population, at least when I was playing Halo 4 like 3 weeks ago.
Still, if you remove the Infinity Challenge from drawing all the players to 4v4, big team was the highest population, easily. It was actually by a lot.
Yeah, and obviously they're supporting it because all the maps are big team maps, essentially. So, and I think with the added element of now having essentially kind of a direct line to be able to at least be heard by the person who is managing the playlist, I think that there is a shot for it, a legitimate one.
Right, whether or not it's called BTBnet playlist. I don't care about any of that. Basically, exactly.
whatever they end up calling their competitive settings types lists or their ranked lists, of whether it be hardcore or competitive or pro or whatever they call it, a BTB version of those. And if they're doing separate ranked lists from social lists, then have a ranked big team list with, settings like ours.
Right. Let's look back at Halo 2 and Halo 3, which didn't really require a lot of changes to have their playlists, or competitive playlists, or competitive game types, or whatever. Halo 2, at one point, had 2 big team playlists. They had a social one, Big Team Slayer, and a ranked one, Big Team Objective, or Big Team Skirmish, or whatever it was called.
Skirmish.
Yep. Those both worked really well. Then Halo 3 came around and there was Ranked Big Team and Big Team Social, where Ranked Big Team didn't really do so well. It had a low population at all times, and the population dwindled to the point that Shishka decided, nope, gutting it.
No.
What do you think the reason was for that?
The reason he cut it is because of the maps that was available and the settings. There was 3 maps, and it was AR start. Big Team was awful at the beginning of Halo 3.
He cut it after Standoff and Rat's Nest, and I think even Avalanche.
Right, but nobody had those. Like, that was a DLC that nobody would bought, and it wasn't really bought until a couple months after it came out.
Well, Heroic Map Pack went free as soon as Legendary launched.
Right, but that was like 6 months later. The playlist was already removed.
I mean,
I think that if there is a market for a competitive 4v4 list in a game like Halo 4, which is clearly created for Big Team, the maps are made for Big Team, and there's a lower population in 4v4 list than in the Big Team list, that there is, there is a place for a competitive Big Team list. If there's a place for a competitive 4v4 in Halo 4, then there is a place for it in Big Team too.
Completely agree. But when they when they bring out the ranks, do you guys think that they'll have a Big Team one at all?
I don't know. I don't know how they're doing the ranked lists. I mean, who knows? It's like trying to predict. I don't even know. It's like trying to predict what alt Swell is going to make next on the site. I mean, it's like it could be anything, really. So you never know what their decisions are going to be. Who knows?
Can't have a ranked playlist that doesn't include jetpacks.
Oh, jeez.
I think it's important, though, if there is a competitive Big Team list, that if they do have a ranked Big Team list, that the settings be as close to possible as all the other competitive lists, with maybe a few minor tweaks specifically to Big Team. I think that's important across the board for all the competitive communities to do that.
What if most of their ranked playlists are as close to their default settings as possible?
That would be awesome.
With the only other competitive playlist. Oh, no, I'm not saying fixing the default settings. I'm saying leaving them exactly as they are. And what if that's their definition of ranked? Except for the MLG or Team Hardcore playlist or whatever they end up calling MLG's playlist, if it has one.
Right. So basically as it is now, but then saying, oh, by the way, this is also ranked.
Yeah.
And then they give you a Big Team ranked playlist with those exact same
That's
settings.
Exactly as the Big Team playlist is now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that would go over well. However, that seems perfectly in line with what Bungie would have done, like in Halo 3.
Thank God Shishka doesn't work for 343 anymore.
That's exactly what he would have done.
Fuck you, Chad.
He would have been like, oh, what's the part that you don't like the most? We're gonna make that the most important part.
I mean, honestly, my ideal situation is if they fixed the social list to remove camo crouching, bolt shot secondary, and random global ordnance
from the game.
Just remove crouching.
Camo crouching glitch. Too. Fixing that. Whatever. The glitch. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I mean,
bolt shot secondary and removing random global ordnance. Like I wish they would put that, of course, in every vanilla social list across the board, and then you wouldn't have a whole lot of tweaks to make.
Okay.
It's like they learned nothing from Reach.
Oddly.
Like, oh, yeah, jetpacks and camo start, so that was a big problem. Let's do it again.
Make your comparison to Planet
hopefully
Side
they
2.
don't take the same philosophy that they did with Reach, that like if they fix something in a title update, then they implement it randomly in various playlists, and then all that they do is segment the population even further, and then like whoever wanted to play like Zero Bloom but with all armor abilities. Yes, there was a reason it was the very lowest ranked playlist, because you're trying to appease two communities and failing both of them at the same time. So if they actually implement any good title updates across the board and put them in every playlist, then maybe there would be a chance.
I don't think spawning with jetpacks and camo are the problem, Rob, because I play another game that's free to play and pretty popular already, where players can spawn with jetpack. Nobody complains about it. They can spawn with camo sniper and they don't show up on the radar anyway. Nobody complains about it.
Right, but you're also given what? Huge, giant vehicles, thousands of other players. Why does no one choose? Why does not entire teams choose camo sniper in Planet Side? But they do.
You can't get shit done.
Yeah,
right.
like you'll get shit on.
But you do in Halo 4. Why?
Because it's overpowered in Halo 4.
Exactly. So there's
no viable counter to it.
Exactly.
Or there is, but not one strong enough.
There's also much better level design in Planet Side too.
Yeah.
Much better level design.
You could have great level design if you have 8v8 and they're all sitting around crouched camo. The game becomes just a stare fest. All you're doing is staring at certain areas of the map, hoping you can pick out somebody camo and take shots at them.
Another good thing that PlanetSide does is if you're camoed, you can't shoot.
Yeah, see? So you're not actually a camo sniper.
Yeah.
Well, you camo, you find your target, you press F to uncamo, you snipe, and then you press F and go right back into camo, so they can't react if you miss.
It's balanced. Just saying.
I like that.
Hey,
the vehicles are all massively overpowered also, so if you are being a sniper, well, there's vehicles that can actually fuck you, and your sniper isn't, for some reason, strong enough to kill a vehicle in 3 or 4 shots.
Right. Nobody's using their sniper to destroy tanks. What a novel idea.
I don't even think guns hurt vehicles.
Like, some of them do.
Besides, like, rockets and maybe, like,
I don't think most VS guns hurt.
It sounds like that game isn't competitive. Way too many vehicles.
Go to the crown on Indar.
It's
too many vehicles.
It's not yet been made
That's not
into
skillful.
a competitive title, but one of their main goals is to turn it into an esport eventually. Because their creative director Matt Higbee actually loves esports, whereas 343's creative director likes running around with camo and jetpacks and big.
You mean
and ARs?
The competitive players pick jetpack? I wasn't expecting that.
Why would they pick jetpack and get Promethean Vision or
I know.
camo?
They could have chosen
no
Promethean
drawbacks.
Vision. Promethean Vision's my favorite.
Promethean Vision counters camo, except
except it doesn't.
Don't stand out in the open like a retard.
Yeah.
Wait, you mean you don't have to push when you're camo?
Nope. Yeah, it's just simply ridiculous.
Anyway, my stance on the competitive big team playlist is if the settings are actually more fun or better than the default big team playlist, like what we have currently, the pile of shit, as I like to call it, or all of Halo 4, then yes, people will go into the competitive big team playlist. But if they just fix the default big team playlist, then there's no reason for those players to migrate into the competitive big team playlist other than, hey, I want to rank if the competitive playlist is ranked and the other isn't.
Oh, I would totally agree. Like, if they actually fix the default playlist properly, then, I wouldn't care, and put objective in. But I think that if they don't, if it stays the way it is, then I think there is a place for it, especially if they add ranks to it.
Ranks. 150, 150, 150. All I care about. All I care about is what
all
the
ranks
50.
does is promote cheating and boosting, right?
And host booting.
Okay, my stance
DDoS.
on boosting is if you're a low level and you lose to a booster, you obviously belong at that low level.
Boosting is more a problem with true skill than anything else because it just assumes that however you were in your first few games is how you are in the future. It's really hard to get out of the game's assumption that it creates for you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what else is it going to base it on?
It assumes players can't
current performance rather than past performance. It needs to forget your past after a certain point. It needs to go by a sample size that's relatively current
and updates as you play more and more games, because players can improve. Players do improve sometimes. Sorry, Rob.
Yeah, sometimes.
VLS forever.
That's right. Proud of it. So yeah, now that you guys know about that we're pushing for a playlist and we have a winter tournament coming up, you guys have any questions in the chat box?
New logo and Game Sager's a noob.
Yeah, we also have the new logo, and we have Game Sager is a cheating jerk, no life loser, lives in his basement. But he has fantastic hair.
Hair is fabulous.
Game Sager, I'll send you some hairspray.
Right.
It's not
I also noticed there was no comment whatsoever about me claiming that Disclaimer was the best player on Wake Up. Nobody said a word to argue that.
It is undeniable fact.
Oh.
Oh, yes, there's an argument.
Well, there's your first argument.
Yeah, someone spoke up finally. Yeah, anybody in the chat box have a question about anything?
When is Game Sager going to be on here? Once competitive game starts,
right
will be
here.
No, Roar isn't here, so we're not going to get any questions.
Right.
For anyone wondering how the partnership or partner program works, is once games actually start, and like once even we might start doing scrims, we'll start featuring all the partners streaming on here. But until settings are actually down, we're mostly looking for feedback.
Yep.
I have a question for Mel. For Thing Meow. When is Swell gonna be unbanned?
Never gonna happen. Yeah, and Boot, we're banning the whale for bringing it up.
It wasn't me. It was Little.
No, your dog's banned.
Aww.
Yeah, that's right. Don't bring it up.
Prizes.
Yes. Prizes.
People want to know about prizes.
We'll know about prizes when we actually announce things.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We will have prizes for events that we run on the site. That is something we are.
Oh, I have a prize actually. Hold on.
Yeah,
I got one right
prize.
here.
Oh, we have a very
the first
special
one. The first prize. The first one.
Winner. First prize. First prize. Who won the discussion?
Here, we'll do a giveaway.
Molly won
There's a code on
2720.
here.
All right, we're gonna update.
What?
Roll the dice.
No, I say Game Sager wins.
Sandman wins it. I actually use this little app I have.
It is bonus content for Halo Reach. There's lots of great stuff with it. There's like some codes, unique download codes.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, good job, Sandman. Enjoy your time on Halo Reach.
MT bias.
Godhand has a question.
Yes, got in.
His biggest question is, what real incentive other than prizes is there to participate in the BTB League?
Bragging rights.
I was going to say, like, having decent games.
Having
continues as it is.
Yeah,
having
enjoying the game would be the primary.
Yeah.
Not having Randy McFucktard randomly get a fucking binary rifle in the back of his base for no fucking reason.
Well, he crouches back there, camo.
It's almost like
that's an actual gamer tag.
There's some like Halo god somewhere that's just like, oh, losing by 5, here's a binary rifle.
Yep.
Lost map control, here's a beam rifle.
Oh, those guys finally moved away from your Goss spawn? Here's a Goss hog.
Right.
Oh no, Goss is coming up in 2 minutes. Let's just wait here for it to spawn.
You need to defend your base? Here's a saw.
4 minutes later, the Goss still hasn't spawned.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a question earlier with on the site, and I don't have it up. Somebody asked. I'm trying to remember what it was. Anyway, we'll go back to the one with Game Sager. We will be having interviews with community members on this show once the season starts going. Game Sager, I intend for him to be one of the first. I actually offered him to be on the show next week, and he, was scared about how his hair would, scare everybody away.
He's going try-hard mode on that truck right now. Cannot be on any show.
He told me his hair and voice would scare off viewers.
Bullshit. You let Molly on the show?
I know, and I let Molly on the show.
Dog's got better hair than she does.
Whoa.
It looks like the dog styled her hair.
Whoa.
One question that was, is there going to be any BTB net setting gameplay being commentated? Yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, definitely. Definitely. We will have commentators on the match of the week, and we also have, if anybody send us your game film, and we will commentate on those.
Yeah, like I said earlier. Like people wanted.
Send us your game film. We'll find one that we like, and we'll commentate it.
We also plan on doing top 10s. So.
Yeah, that's right. If you have a good clip, send it in.
Yeah, so once we actually get rolling on tournaments and leagues, there's going to be a lot more features to the show. Like, this is just a warm-up, so stay tuned.
Yep, that's right.
Mania top 10. Yeah.
My parents dog is shaking right now. I don't know if it's because she really has to pee or she shakes a lot, but
if she pees
so
on
I'll
you
probably be wrapping up here pretty soon.
Dude,
just to let her out.
If she pees on you right now, our viewers will go through the roof.
Yeah.
Like, I'll get peed on.
I'll change the title to "Woman Gets Peed on stream."
Dog gives whale golden shower.
Exactly. Go through the roof.
The BTBtv hour.
Okay.
That's right. We also plan on having like a pregame show before the featured match each week, and we also will have the top 10. We'll have commentated games each week, and we'll also have a weekly roundup show, which is technically going to be this one. So we will have lots of stuff going.
Like power rankings and stuff that will be on this show.
Yeah, power rankings will be on this show once we actually have more than 3 teams playing. Well, 4 teams. Right now, we really have like 4 teams playing, and I know there's a lot more out there. So get out there and start playing.
The truth is out there.
Yeah, I'm talking to you, Bob.
We see you on
Waka
matchmaking.
Waka.
Right.
Don't you want to come play BTB with us?
Yeah. That's right. Cody, get your team together.
Oh, yeah.
Tell Meeks being a punk.
Revolution is recruiting.
Right?
Yeah,
Sidehard is recruiting.
Yeah, we have like 6 other teams that are recruiting. And they just, if you're looking for a team, they're out there. Contact people. Matter of fact, we have a classified section on the site. If you're a team looking for a player or player looking for a team, use it. It's there. Take advantage.
I'll be right
there's
back.
definitely plenty of tools on the website to recruit and get in on games and things now.
Stay
So
in the chat box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People be loving that chat box.
It's true.
Okay, wait, I'm hosting this call. Dang it.
You would.
Okay.
Just leave it running. Or
Yeah.
oh,
Dog needs to
that
go.
poor dog.
Look, she's like,
Well, hurry up. Go.
okay.
Yeah, come on.
Oh. Molly, why did you turn your camera off?
Yeah, I think she does.
No.
So yeah, this channel
You let her out.
is
I'm like,
to have tons of stuff going
that's just like
all the
Oh my
time.
God, Molly, you could have muted.
Yeah, turn off the camera at
Fucking
least.
crackhead.
Scumbag Molly turns off camera, not microphone.
Right. So yeah, we're gonna have games streaming on here all the time, replays of games on here all the time. We have plans for like 5 different shows. So we will have content here constantly.
And if you guys have ideas for something else you want to see, Tell me.
Yeah, just let me know.
Rob or Vanny. Don't send Ozzy stuff because he'll reply to you saying, "Wow, nerd, don't send me stuff."
Just send me a PM.
I mean, look at his frozen face right now.
Yeah, send me a PM on BTBnet. I would love to hear your recommendations or your ideas. And if you got a good one, we might implement it.
Sounds like Molly's beating her poor dog.
All right.
No.
Yeah.
It's not all she's beating.
Do you have any more questions?
Tapping again. Great.
That's why she turned the camera off. I have to let my dog out and fap.
So yeah.
Oh. Uh-huh.
What?
She's
there
back.
we go. Oh, she's back.
Molly, anything interesting you're adding to the site?
Huh?
Anything interesting that will be added to the site?
Did you just ask me that question?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't listening. I just put in my earbuds. I heard like the last half of it.
Molly, question.
Well, we're going to be getting a theme for the homepage to match the forums. And I don't know. I mean, I would love to get stats and stuff on there, but I don't have the time to learn how to scrape and then keep it up.
Oh, I'm currently coding a stream page right now. So.
You are?
Yeah.
Cool, dude.
Also, is there going to be a forge section like you put on THC?
We easily could do that, yes.
Because I know there are a lot of people who are like, where are the forge maps?
Yeah, because I actually wanted to I wanted to get ours on the THC page too. But yeah, I can very easily make that. Done and done.
Yes.
Anything else you guys want?
Money. All the money you have.
A nudes only section, or I don't know.
What else would people like to see on the site? Spam chat box now. A new, oh my God, Molly, you put the idea.
Yeah, good
You've
job.
used Inception on people.
Oh God, a free swell button.
You should make a
that
free
button automatically bans people.
I was gonna say, like every time you
no.
press that button, do you get an infraction? Because
Make it
you
where
can do that if you want.
Make it where in order to push the button, you have to have a PayPal account tied to your forum account, and if you push the button, it donates $5.
Yeah, but you're allowed to post free swell once. Every time you press the button, we get $5, but you're allowed to post free swell.
And if we raise $5,000 with that, then he would be unbanned.
Yeah, we'll unban swell.
Mm-hmm.
We'll unban swell if the community donates $5,000.
Posted at $5,000.
Yep.
Oh, Godhand wants GIFs as avatars.
There is that setting in there, and it's turned on. So I don't know why.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is. It doesn't work about it. But
is it the?
Now what are you eating?
Is it the size cap
No,
that maybe prevents it?
Cookie. Oh.
This would be good if there wasn't mint frosting on the top of it.
Fucking cookie.
Right.
Oh yeah, Sandman says he has a GIF.
Oh yeah. So I'll look into it. Maybe it's just
Maybe it's where your GIF is hosted.
It's a permission on there. It's set up. So I don't know. And also, you can now do 150 by 150 pixels, big avatars for your big pictures.
Swell,
if you know what I mean.
That's right.
Gotta compensate.
So yeah, that about wraps up this week's episode of BTBtv. Keep active on the
one
forums.
more thing to say.
Oh,
I'm on a horse.
On a horse, right? Tune in next week.
Abstract Vector asked, there's a forum, dude, where you can go in and if you're a free agent looking.
Oh yeah.
The also go into the league. If you go into the league button up at the top, where it says BTV matches, you can register as a free agent, and you can put in information about yourself. So if players or teams are looking for players, they can go in and do different searches on things, and maybe you'll come up. if you know what I mean.
That's right.
Oh, man.
That's right. Next week we'll have more work on the winter tournament. And thanks for your questions. Thanks for watching. And shout out to the gang. Grumpy Cat, gang or die. Have a good night.
All right. Later, guys.
Why is Ali showing us his crotch?
On that note, show's over.
Yo. Out.